Time today.
Alright, it's time for this one-on-one.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah. In San Francisco, most people make a living doing things to like try to get people to stay and spend more time on their screen. Thoughts, bro?
This is insane. This is insane.
We are 5 minutes away from announcing batch 2. I don't think they're up here.
You know, let me put my shades on for this. So, you know the film Spider-Man here? Like, you know when there's like Green Goblin and like Spider-Man 1? And like Spider-Man is just laying there.
Oh yeah,
Green Goblin.
And then he comes up to me and he goes,
Yeah,
you and I.
we could do amazing things together. And then Spider-Man's like, no. My grandma said no. And then,
Did you say that?
no.
Oh, okay.
But he like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then basically, like Fred again did a setup here as well. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Kind of. You know, Fred again actually had his concert right there.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like if we had this building back then, we could have like actually like seen it. Like,
Oh, is that the, what do you call it?
I'm so excited though. I love.
you know, every time like I'm getting onto the BART or like one of these trains,
Yeah.
like I always either go for like the first cabin or the last cabin.
I always go for the last cabin, but I was trying to figure out
Do you know why? Do you know the thing about like the normal distribution? It's like a
for
super.
trains.
It's just like a
Like-
mathematical concept
Okay.
of like how there's always just more people in the middle. So I apply that to trains. I'm like, oh, there's less people either at the very front or at the very back.
So it is currently 8 p.m. sunset. There's no sunlight and we're wearing sunglasses. Why? Because we are
It's sick.
secret agents.
My trip is in like 45 minutes, an hour actually.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that bro, this sick.
I saw this tweet that was so funny.
Uh-huh.
It was like, the tweet was like, San Francisco is crazy because it's like a beautiful city and everyone inside it just like tries to get people to spend more time on their screens. It's like, I said it very wrong, but I looked at it and I started laughing. So like, it's so true. In San Francisco, most people make a living doing things to like try to get people to stay and spend more time on their screen.
That was
Wow, hello. Slow down, bro. Whoever's coming behind us. And then I got into another car accident. And then it was in my bed that I decided to launch Uplift 2. Like every batch is preceded by a car accident.
Yo, what was the first event for Aleph? Because I've seen the posters.
The first event for Aleph was a hackathon where my friends and I would like borrowed a bunch of WeWork cards. I was still technically like, I was on a gap semester. It was from my gap semester from Berkeley. So a bunch of us just got a bunch of WeWork cards and we put like a Luma and we called it Sugar Hacks. And it was just like a 24-hour hackathon from like Saturday to Sunday where everyone slept overnight and like built out like random projects. And it wasn't like Muslim only projects, but it was Muslims only because it was like, oh, like, you know, I wanted to build something in like the Muslim X like tech space because this was like right after the car accident. That's when you came to that, actually, remember?
That was my first and last ever hackathon.
All right. It's time for the Omar Rayan annual monthly roommate check-in.
What's your go-to order? Crispy Crunch Supreme, beef tacos.
Like, the cool thing about hanging out with Blake is he has such a different routine than like pretty much anyone I know. Because we know a lot of people that are like, that don't really worry about money in the day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month life, but they're still always like grinding and like they're in that mindset of like work as much as possible. They still basically work like the 9 to 8 at their laptop trying to get stuff done. But when we were in San Diego, it was like almost refreshing in that his phone was like almost always dead or like not near him. He was walking around with textbooks and notebooks. We went to the beach because we were like, all right, we'll go take books to the beach and read for an hour and throw around a football. You know, I brought that Stripe book, Scaling People. Jet brought, you know, I think Deep Work. And then Blake brought a textbook on algorithms and a notepad and sat there intently with his little notepad, just like writing on the beach for like an hour. What about you, man? How's life been? How's the learnings been? How's Founder's Arm?
Founder's Arm has been good. I think it's like, I see it as a video game almost, and I feel like it's actually gotten me through a lot, where it's like, you know when you play a video game and you approach like a boss battle, and like the first time you do it, you probably die, and then the second time you do it, you probably die, but then it's just about like doing it over and over again, because then you figure out, oh, like the boss moves this way, and then like you learn how to like counteract it, and then like eventually you win. And it's like, you think of, if there are like 500 people here, only like 10 people succeeded, and it's only because they're just stuck at it.
I think it's cool that we're finally able to figure out Facebook ads and meta ads and like seeing the results come in there and I think what I was telling you last night, or not last night, but what I was telling you of like, as your burn increases, people think once their MRR goes up or once the revenue goes up, they're kind of good forever, and they almost discount how much extra burn they bring on as a company.
Yeah.
And so like, even if you look at financially how you're doing right now, it's like much more burn than probably its highest burn that it's ever been, like by leagues, because of how many new initiatives you have going on for growth. Even though your revenue hasn't caught up yet in the last month or two with that. And so you're almost in like this interesting position where you really have to figure a few certain like specific things out in the next couple of weeks to like 1 to 1.5 months.
Yeah.
Otherwise you end up taking some real company damage.
Yeah. People assume, and that was one of the lessons that I've been learning as well, that like increased MRR doesn't necessarily mean like more happiness or more success. If anything, it feels like, oh crap, I have more to lose now than ever.
More people that rely on you.
Yeah.
More money that you're spending, more places to be careless and aren't really careful.
It's interesting you bring up like scaling people, because that's something that, as like I'm building like the team out and hiring more people, is something I'm very intentional.
Everyone is offshore.
And it's like finding the person who I feel like will be there with me for like the next like 3-4 years. It's definitely a challenge, but
I feel like most people actually don't stick through the long run, right? Like, especially if you're working with people that are super cool, you have like 2 to 4 years max with them, like really good years.
Yeah.
Or you have to like make the most out of it before they be forever.
Yeah.
And oil and gas event, right, how to go. And I was just telling Mars, I mean, man, it exceeded my expectations, man.
Really?
Yeah, like every big corporation that you could think of, oil and gas, Chevron, Exxon, Lumberjack, EY, they all were there.
Really?
And I connected with each and every one of them and spoke to each and every one of them about Kepler. And the interesting thing was, like, you know, how open they are to adopt new AI technology.
Yeah.
So I spoke with the AI principal Sumit Rehan. So I told him what we're doing and how we can help them, and he was open to a program where you can use our application in just one department, like just like 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah.
So he's like, hey, send me your demo. And I also told him that, hey, we just got into a startup asset in SF. I didn't drop the name, but it's like that even got him more interested, because he's very close to the SF market.
My hands are sweaty.
I know.
How did you like your experience?
I loved it.
Not click chat.
I'm gonna use the chat now. Okay. I just like went through all of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
thank you.
What'd you write about?
I like it. I wrote about, I'm starting a new newsletter. So just like why I'm doing this. Like, I'm
Okay.
doing it.
That's a great reason
I
to
did
do
a
it.
little bit of introspection.
That is the perfect use case of this project.
Just like,
Good.
that's good.
You have another fellow startup founder and YouTuber.
I'm camera shy, bro. I can't be on camera.
I should make videos.
Yeah.
I think the worst moment of my day was losing to Ryan on FIFA.
Oh,
Actually,
that was
no.
3 a.m.
That was the best part of my day. I'll tell you why. Because I beat him, like, embarrassingly, right? Like, I put 8 goals past him. And now he has something to prove, right? Because now it's like the student outshining the master.
Oh, you actually beat him?
I beat him. I put
Oh.
8 goals past him. And this guy was furious. This guy got emotional. He's like, no, I want a rematch. All right, so we're rematching. The next game, it's still tight. But now I'm like, okay, he's probably going to win because he is better than me. So I'm like, okay, even if he's going to win, I'm going to make sure he's not satisfied with his win. So I made it seem like
You threw it away.
I threw it away.
You threw it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for this one-on-one. This is super high level. It's like essentially like part of it is just ripping Typeform with Replit, and I'm actually quite excited to see how good Replit is to be able to build out something like this. But the funnel is basically, you know, we run ads or whatever. You know, if someone's interested, we send them to this page. It's a landing page, blah blah blah. You want to become a dev, be a cool person, and then we had to click start onboarding. That's when they launch into an app. So that's app.com. It could be slash devs if it's for devs. It should be slash engineer assistants for assistants, etc.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm curious, what do we do for the second round though? If they're gonna include their GitHub in the first round?
Well, that's a good point. If they are a mobile developer, then maybe we have them actually build out like a basic, you know, 3-screen application with Firebase or whatever.
Today, guys, Omar will be showing you a live reenactment of how the idea for Olive came about.
That's actually so good.
No, you can also, they have your car here.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You can choose like a 330i. You want to drive an F1 car?
No, I want to drive a normal
BMW
car.
330i that you crashed on the Bay Bridge.
Yeah.
And a 5 cracks.
Hey man, next time I'll make sure you're in there with me.
Hey man, that almost happened.
What? Oh, facts.
The first time I met you.
That's facts.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Like, what, my
So,
competition.
this guy doesn't want to drive IRL, and now he's trying to drive on a game. So, and he still can't drive.
Yo, why is this my reputation? What did my reputation?
Wait, bro, wait.
What did my reputation?
Click the gas button.
You gotta change gears, bro.
This is clutch. This is clutch. This is clutch. This is clutch. Go to middle.
No, wait. These are the gear
Wait, middle is clutch?
Yeah. It's stick shift on here though. Go.
Talk to him, bro.
Bro, you're gonna get pulled over. Like, even in the video game, you're gonna get pulled over.
Dude, I haven't gotten pulled over since I was 17.
That was like last year, bro. What are you talking about?
Yo, I'm just getting destroyed.
Look at the road, man.
Your shift is too high, bro. Brake.
Oh my god. Wait, which is the clutch and which is the...
The clutch is the...
American tries to drive manual for the first time.
You said the clutch is in the middle.
No, the clutch is on the left, bro.
Yeah,
The brake's in the middle.
That's what I said.
You said clutch is in the
No,
middle.
I said the brake's the middle.
You said the clutch is in the middle.
I said this is clutch. This is clutch. Go to middle.
He was there.
I filmed it, bro.
Bro, who are you, bro? Dude, this guy, I told you this guy can't drive, bro.
Yo, this is wild.
Blame it on the rain, bro.
It's the rain, bro.
You're on the clutch, bro. You gotta shift down. Or shift up. Shift up.
Alright, relax.
The first time you ever picked me up, bro, like literally the first day ever.
Bro, I have the exact
May
same story,
31st, 2023. I was scared out of my mind, bro.
You gotta shift up, bro.
See? What is this?
Oh, it's broken, yeah.
It's broken.
The pedal's broken.
Y'all, no, it's been broken.
Yo, his driving is so bad that he broke the game.
Broke the game. How do you break the game? We just built it.
It was like, I was like, dude, it's so heavy.
Restart.
I was like, I'm not this heavy-footed.
It wasn't Omar. It was broken.
Omar broke
The
it.
way you're looking.
No,
Omar broke it?
No, Omar didn't.
I know.
No, Omar broke it.
I know. Always told me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what? I was scared for Omar.
Hello. I know this guy.
What's up?
What's going on here?
We are putting the top down.
Wow. Good timing.
Yo!
Second time today.
I just messaged you as well. I didn't know you were in.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan. Lots. Nice to meet you.
First time at Costco.
It was amazing. The hot dogs, $1.50. Sensational. So I've got a plan to get it every morning forever now.
Oh wow. I don't know if that's healthy.
$45 for the month.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's healthy.
I like working.
I thought it was a painting.
You know those playgrounds that like play centers you would go to when you were like 6, and like with the balls and stuff inside, and then like it was like amazing. Yeah.
This is obviously what I thought.
Oh my god.
I'm getting my
Oh, is this yours?
I'm getting my bed frame.
This is your spot?
Yeah, this is my.
SF starter pack, mattress, no bed frame.
Billion ARR right here.
Yeah.
I'm 6'5". Dude, 100% they just use me as the metric.
Yeah, literally.
I know my boy here. All of us are looking for a new spot now. This is the new meta. We gotta stop looking on Zillow rent and start looking on Zillow sale.
Yeah, bro.
Thoughts, bro.
This is insane. This is insane.
Dude, you took the call from here this morning, and I fully thought you were at an office. I was like, yo, Lots is dialed. I was like, it's a 10:30 a.m. on a Sunday, and he's just like already at an office. I was like,
I just rolled out of it.
incredible. I love it. You can hire really good editors offshore. You can hire really good graphic designers, thumbnail designers overseas for really cheap.
but that still doesn't matter if the content you're sending them is crap. And so like for me, initially we had a filmmaker. His name was Eric. He was one of my best friends, and he would just like follow us around in a camera, and he would know how to edit. But you need to figure out how to abstract that part away, right? And so what we would do initially when we started with this, I just bought this camera and I started setting it up in my car. And me and Maz and me and Rayan would just sit down and just yap for like 45 minutes. And then we'd send it to our editors and they'd clip it up and they'd post on the clips account. That was one facet. Then the next facet was like thinking about how can you set up one system so that you get different types of content. So right now, this will go into a long form YouTube video. This conversation will get clipped up and put on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, TikTok. If it's really good, I can clip it on Twitter. And that means that all I had to do was just set up the systems that if I have a conversation with someone I'm already boys with, I know it's not weird for me to bring a camera around, etc., then it's content. Like if I'm meeting someone for the first time, I never bring a camera because then that's weird. Unless they're also a creator. And like I know that they're probably bringing some type of like a camera. I went up to San Diego over there with like last week to see Blake's. And it was me, Blake, Sam, Zia, and like Jet, who's one of our friends. Jet, I'd never had the camera around him. So he was working with us now. So I mean, he was with us, but Sam himself had a DJI Osmo, like a little like, you know, little camera everywhere with him. Blake, when the camera's on, his like brain turns on like in a different way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There you go. I thought you were about to pull out a real tip.
Crazy. Yeah, so we did like a big Costco run.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So it was pretty sick. First Costco run in the US.
Have you ever had a Costco run somewhere else?
In Toronto we had. Yeah, we did like a couple. But this was like the first one where we're like moving in to a place.
Lots was hella excited. He was like, yeah bro, I'm about to go get this hot dog every single day. 45 bucks.
Okay, today we're not going to bus 2. We are like 5 minutes away from announcing batch 2. Came up in marketing plan over the weekend. Last week we filmed the video. I'm excited because I feel like every single time we announce the batch, it's like we're growing as a company and sharing in public what we saw every single time. So if you look at our announcement this time, we're talking about actual results that we saw in our last batch. And people don't even realize that we've already written, 3 or 4 investments for this next batch. The point of, you know, doing all of this marketing is number one, to like actually get the applications, but more importantly, so that more people are talking about us and sharing it with their friends. And so when we talk to founders in our batch, we're explaining like every time you launch a feature, every time you launch a product, every time you hire someone, that is like a launch moment. That's like a marketing moment. And so in this case, we're like taking our own advice and we make it a point that anytime there's anything slightly noteworthy to share, anytime we want like there's like an action, like a call to action that we're trying to push, we just blast it across all of our platforms. And I think it's also cool to see how with batch 0, the launch is like kind of thrown together. And then in batch 1, it was like super meticulously like crafted from like 0 to 1. And with the summit, it was the same concept.
I'm trying to stop myself from laughing out loud. I don't know why. But when you started speaking, I was just trying to, I had to move out of the frame because I should.
You were in the frame.
And then I took a step back. I'm gonna start laughing.
You don't take this seriously. We're done. Batch 2 is launched from my account. We usually spread out the posts across on my account and then the brand account 2 or 3 hours so that we can have a fresh post on like throughout the day whenever someone looks online. It might just be bro science, but that's what we've been doing thus far and it's worked, so we're gonna keep doing it. That's a crazy way to hold the camera. I've never seen someone hold it like that before. We're at the Cusco office. We just toured 3 or 4 different offices. And so now we're here looking at Cusco's office, which is very well decorated. They moved in I think a year ago now, and it's crazy to see how much the space has changed in just like the last 4 months.
Alright, what's up guys? This is MAZ. We're here at the Cusco. No, I said MAZ.
No, I'm saying this.
We're at the Cusco office. Let me give you all a tour. Right here, we got the ping pong table. Nice little place to be. Ping pong, or table tennis, whatever you want to call it. You come around here. Nice little cozy space, you know what I'm saying? Got 2 desks here, got a whiteboard. You always need a whiteboard in an office. That's how you come up with $1 billion ideas. Great, I mean, view's alright, but great lighting though. This part is where, when I'm working out of here, I spend most of my time in the kitchen. Eating.
Not cooking.
They have great snacks. A lot of protein shakes in there. So if you're trying to get strong. The main co-working space. I'm not gonna disturb them. They're building $1 billion company. This is where Omar's going to be living in these film booths. It's pretty much self-explanatory there. Now there's a rule for this room. Every time you want to enter this room, you gotta hit up at least 2 pull-ups. So you gotta go. Alright.
Damn, I didn't know you could do that.
Now you can enter. I like this place. When I want to take a nap, this is where I come. Great for napping. After all, we're gonna need 4 of these. This place, of course, you always need a drum set in the office. Whenever Omar like wakes you up on a Sunday morning at like 11 and then tells you, hey, I need a graphic, I need a LinkedIn post, I need a Twitter post, and an email ready by 5 p.m. and you're enraged, you come here and you let it all out. That's what the office tour.
So that's the last time you're ever gonna see Matt doing an office tour. So Forward Connect subscription isn't likely gonna work out. Yeah, and that's because the reason the subscription will work out is because we have the audience to where once we announce it, we'll be able to like tap into like personal brands across the team. That will get us subscriptions, MRR, which is good. We just got a new.
Oh, great. Let me see. Oh, actually, it's pretty cool. Hold it like this.
Yeah, that's dope.
I'll do your best, bro. Not right now.
He is busy. We'll come back. Open the door, got hit with the not right now. Yeah, this is great. This is so great.